You're out of the woods, you're out of the dark, you're out of the night. Step into the sun, step into the light. Keep straight ahead for the most glorious place on the face of the earth or the sky. Hold on to your breath, hold on to your heart, hold on to your hope. March up to that gate and bid it open. Hi, friends. Happy Monday. Miss Bridie here with Kids Love Musicals, and I'm so excited to be back with you this week as we explore my favorite musical. Do you know what musical we're doing this week? The Wizard of Oz. That song I sang is actually from the musical, The Wizard of Oz. It's called Optimistic Voices. And at the Musical Theater Project, we love that song so much. We love the idea of hold on to your heart and to hold on to your hope, which we can certainly use right now. But our favorite part is the end when it says, march up to that gate and bid it open. So I encourage you this week to march up to the gates of your imagination and to bid them to open. Because that is what The Wizard of Oz is all about, is using your imagination. Now, do you know how old this movie is? Take a guess. It's 80 years old. 80 years. In fact, last year was its 80th birthday. Do you know somebody who's 80 years old? Maybe older? Well, Miss Bridie happens to have a grandpa who's 96 and a grandma who's 89. How cool is that? So they were actually older than the movie is. But like your parents and my parents, a lot of people grew up on this movie, The Wizard of Oz. And so if you haven't seen it, I really encourage you to watch it. I know that it's available on Amazon Prime to rent and YouTube to rent, and I think even Hulu Live. We would love for you to be able to watch it and learn all about these phenomenal characters. They're all based off of another adaptation, which Miss Jody talked to you about last week, on Frank Baum's book. Now, if you enjoy reading The Wizard of Oz, then you should look into Frank Baum's other books because he has a library of books. And if you love using your imagination, I encourage you to read them. It would probably take you all summer to read all of them. But what's different about The Wizard of Oz compared to some of the other musicals we do is that it's all based in a fantasy land. Well, we start off in Kansas, but when Dorothy ends up in Oz, everything is fantasy, and it's about using your imagination. Now, there's another adaptation that came from The Wizard of Oz, and that's why Miss Bridie's a little partial to doing The Wizard of Oz. In fact, it's a musical called Wicked, and it's what happened before Dorothy came to Oz. And I had the good fortune of being a part of Wicked for 4 years, that musical. I got to sing and dance and wear phenomenal costumes every day, and I'm going to try and post some pictures so that you guys can see that as well. But so many different adaptations have come from this incredible story, so that's why we encourage you to watch it. What's interesting about this story, too, is the crisis that occurs allows our character Dorothy to realize what's really important to her. And as we are all sitting at home and working hard, doing our schoolwork, and our parents are maybe at home working full time, or maybe they're out there on the front lines working on behalf of all of us, it sometimes takes a crisis to realize what's really important to us. Maybe during this time, you've realized the people who really matter to you and the things and the moments in your life that you really cherish. And that's Dorothy's story, too. She takes the crisis that occurs and goes on this huge adventure. And when she wakes up, she realizes the people that are most important to her. Now, our story starts with Dorothy on her farm in Kansas, and she is trying to rescue her dog Toto because this next door neighbor lady, Mrs. Gulch, not a very nice person, is trying to take her dog away. So Dorothy decides she's going to run away in order to save Toto, but she doesn't get too far because that crisis I told you about, the tornado, it comes. So she, on the way home, is trying to run home as fast as possible to rescue her family when she ends up getting knocked in the head. And when she wakes up, suddenly she's not in Kansas anymore. Suddenly everything is different, magical. Have you ever been to a place before where you suddenly get to where you're going and it's nothing like you expected it to be? Well, I can safely say that's what Dorothy's feeling when she steps into the land of Oz. Now, we are going to learn Follow the Yellow Brick Road in our best Munchkin voice. But first, I want you to click on the video below so you can watch the scene that happens with all of the Munchkins, with Dorothy, with Glinda, the Good Witch of the North, and the Wicked Witch of the West, so that you can get an idea of what the song sounds like. It's one of our favorite songs to do with kids in the classroom, so I sure hope that you will come back and sing it with Miss Bridie. All right, click on that YouTube video, and then I will be the one after that.